Yeah, first.
They haven't given. Given no start the card, we have to wait. See.
Okay.
సాయంకాలం వాకింగ్ ఎక్కువ కానిచ్చేది సరే నీ వరమాట
And connecting to
Okay, let's start. See, if you look at completion and reporting students, am I audible? Am I audible? Today, we need to discuss reporting questions and we need to discuss test of controls and also substantive procedures. Fine. So first, let's start with completion and reporting. Definitely, you will get one question from this for both section A and section B. As I said earlier, I'm expecting this time section A questions also, right? And section B. First of all, if I take section A, completion and reporting, if I take section A, right? So it is like the case study include ISA 560. Section A case study include ISA 560. ISA 560 is subsequent event, adjusting event, non-adjusting event, active duty, passive duty, those kind of informations will be given. And also your case study might include ISA 570 or going concern. Your case study might include ISA 700 to 710. ISA 700 to 710, if I take, it's about paragraphs, reporting, impact, right, implication, audit report, audit opinion. And also, this can include ISA 450 overall review. So section A might include areas related like subsequent events, going concern, other information and reporting, opinion, and misstatements. Any combination is possible. But there is a high chance they might test subsequent events along with opinion area along with that. Fine. This is for maximum 10 marks. This is maximum 10 marks. I'm expecting this time, right, in your section A. So section A, if I take, today I'll give you three possible combination papers. Right? Section A and section B and section A and B, paper 1, section A and B, paper 2, section A and B, paper 3, right? That is like possible combinations. So prepare for that thought. So that is section A possible when it comes to here. And the section B students, section B, normally question number 3. There are 3 questions in section B. So third question, there's a high chance you will get, high chance means almost confirmed, you will get a question from completion and reporting. So here, I'm not telling that entire question tree 20 marks will be tested for completion and reporting. Other standards can be tested. Any other areas can be tested. But minimum 6 to 7 marks, definitely it is tested for that reporting portion. Right? Definitely it is tested. And the question verb is implication to audit report. Implication to audit report. The question verb is implication to audit report. What is implication to audit report means? Simply, they will give you a scenario. Based on that scenario, Based on that scenario, you should identify that scenario might include misstatements. Scenario include what? Misstatements. There is a scenario. That scenario include misstatements and management refused to adjust misstatement. Management refused to amend financial statement. Management is telling, no. Misstatement, yes, but we can't correct. Right. If that is the case, what is the impact to financial statement or what is the impact to audit report? Simply they are asking what opinion possible. What opinion possible. So that is simply we call implication to audit. Simply we call implication to audit report. Is this clear? Implication to audit report, maximum marks I can tell you 6 to 8 marks. Maximum marks 6 to 8 marks, which means the balance 12 marks can be anything. Right? That is not only from audit reporting topic or completion topic. It can be any other standards, can be any other areas. Sometimes it can be substantive procedures. Most of the time, the other marks goes to substantive procedures. I can say like case study based substantive procedures, right? So that we'll discuss later how substantive procedures can be tested, and we'll discuss some questions on that, right? So now this is how it works. And see here, second one is this type of question is rarely tested. Last 20 years past paper, the second type of question is tested somewhere around 2-3 times only, right? If you get this type of question, yes, it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult, which means critical evaluation of audit report. What is critical evaluation of audit report? Simply, earlier, before 2015 and all, earlier, right, this particular critical evaluation audit report question is tested in advanced audit and assurance paper. Then slowly examiner put some questions for audit and assurance as well, which means scenario includes extract of audit report. Scenario includes extract of audit report. The scenario include what? Extract of audit report. A part of audit report will be provided. Examiner will give you a audit report which is prepared by a less competent person. Mostly it can be audit senior, it can be audit junior or someone, right, who prepared this report and evaluate the report. Whatever the report given, you should critically evaluate. How to critically evaluate? That I teach you in the class also. What are the factors you need to consider when you are critically evaluate? Number one is order. Whether the order required by ISA 700 is right? And suitability of opinion, suitability of the headings, suitability of the paragraphs, wording, responsibilities of management, responsibilities of auditor. All these things should be checked here, right? Let's say in the audit report, they are telling like preparation of financial statement is auditor's responsibility. It is wrong because it is management responsibility. Then you should critically evaluate. So there are factors you need to consider when you are critically evaluating such type of question. Third type of question is, as I said, it is theory questions. In the theory questions, mainly they are talking about paragraphs. There are different paragraphs you might study. Emphasis of meta paragraph, other meta paragraph, other information, key audit meta paragraph, right? So all these things are generally tested, repeatedly tested, right? So copy this. So after that, we can discuss a question, impact to audit report. There are a lot of past paper questions. We can discuss one question, right, in the past paper. So this is how it can be tested. So students, maximum 6 to 8 marks is confirmed in this area. If it is tested in section A also, altogether 16 marks is confirmed. 10% goes to section A, 6 to 8% goes to section B. So it's a area where you can score somewhere around 15 to 16 marks. If it is tested in both places, if it is tested only in section B, it is 6 to 8, but that is very convenient, very easy to score. I'll teach you how to write answer, how to structure the answer, all those things. Please copy this. Don't lose marks in this area. Copy this. So what about our study plan for next week? Right. I'll give you a study plan. Don't worry. But I'll give you a study plan. At the end, last I'll give study plan. Indian students, is it okay if I do next week also questions? Next Tuesday and next Thursday also, if I do questions, is it fine for you all? Not 4 hours. Let's make it 2 hours, like Tuesday, 2 hours for two, so 6 to 8. 2 or 3 hours. Is it fine? Okay. Fine. Let's do. Let's do. So next Tuesday also we'll meet. Next Thursday also. Let's focus more on substantive procedures. Right. Students, already I told you, right? Implication to report. So when you get implication to audit report question, when you get implication to audit report question, the first thing is you should identify the key issue. Key issue should be a misstatement. What is mean by misstatement? As per ISA 320, any misstatement that can be a non-compliance with standard. Misstatement is non-compliance with the standard. Second thing, you should identify the materiality. If you can able to explain the standard, that is also you can do. Right. And the third one is pervasiveness. You should explain whether the matter is pervasive or not. Fourth one, opinion. Focus on the heading also, because when your opinion change, the heading is also changed. Right? Number 5, basis for opinion. Basis for opinion. So these are the 5 points. If you want, you can include the standard points also. So with the artificial intelligence, and what is that BI? Venkat, I didn't understand. What is that? AI is artificial intelligence, BI business intelligence. Okay. Related to automated controls and procedures. Very rare, don't worry. Right. The digitalization portion I'll do next class. A little portions will cover. But I don't think. Please check whether there is any recent technical articles uploaded related to that. Okay. So if it's uploaded, yes, it is examined. Now, let's move to the paper. Let's move to the paper. Let's move to recent papers. Let's move to recent papers. Okay. 142, page number 142. So I told you 6 marks maximum. So here they gave 5 marks, right? Discuss. Normally it's section B, the last question. So if you look at here, this is part D. Before that, what they gave, all are substantive procedures. All are substantive procedures. So that is what I expect this time also, right? Balance substantive procedures, and they will give this. If very rare, they will give something else like here, right? Okay, now students, I'll give 5 minutes time. Type your own answer related to this question. Then we'll discuss, right? So I'm going to follow the same answer structure, but just try out. Try out. Type your answers. Yeah. Same scenario, yes. So here, to get the materiality, you should read the first part, scenario. See, the scenario matters. Because otherwise, without getting these values, how are you going to calculate the material? You can't do that. So that's the same scenario. Try out. Quickly type your answers. Please type your answers. I'll tell you how much marks that I can give. I'll tell you how much marks that I can give. Brian. So it's a 5 marks. Out of 5 marks, how much you scored that I can comment if you shared your answers. So please type your answers. Brian. Please type your answers.
Director,
Can you all hear me now? Can you hear now? Okay, technical fault. Thank you very much. Okay, see will you. Right. See, the term is, they said audit being finalized. Finalized means we are in active duty period, and active duty period is period between year end to audit report sign. Active duty period means period between year end to audit report sign. Okay. So when I'm talking about this active duty period, students, when I'm talking about this active duty period, okay, there are two things we should keep in our mind. There are two things we should keep in our mind. One is IAS 10, events after reporting period. It speaks about adjusting event. It speaks about non-adjusting event. It speaks about adjusting event. It speaks about non-adjusting event. Then you should know ISA 560. This is accounting standard. This is auditing standard. ISA 560 speaks about responsibility. ISA 560 speaks about responsibility. So that responsibility, yes, management responsibility, auditor's responsibility. Management responsibility, auditor's responsibility. Management responsibility, auditor's responsibility. Okay. Now, students. Now, students. 12th of August 2005. 12th of August 2005. The Transport Authority announced. 12th of August 2005. The Transport Authority announced that it was taking a legal action against Enco company, breaches of the regulation. Breach of the regulation. See, they said breach of regulation. Enco company's lawyers advised that probable, so breaches of regulation, if you take IAS 37 provision, contingent asset, contingent liability. Therefore, conditions are, if the present obligation arises from the past event, future economic benefit outflow is probable, cost is measurable. If these three conditions are satisfied, we should make a provision. We should make a provision. We should make a provision. But here, provision is mandatory because they said, the lawyer said, there is a probability. Advice probable, pay found guilty. So the experts, lawyers are experts, they are telling, okay, it is probable to be feeling our company found guilty. Enco company's directors have informed you no provision will be made in respect of this matter. No provision is made in respect of this matter. As the decision by the authority, to take legal action was made after the year end. When legal action is made? After the year end. So the legal action is taken after the year end. See here, if I take this company's financial period, company's financial year end, when company's financial year end, here see, year end is 30th April. So year end is 30th April. Mute your microphone. See here, 1st of April 2024, 31st of April 2025. So this is your financial year. This is your financial year. From this, now we are here. It is 26th August 2025, but audit report is not yet signed. Therefore, still we are here, right? The period is active duty. After this, yes, audit report need to be signed. After this, financial statement issued management. After this, financial statement published to shareholder. But the incident is happening here. Incident is happening here. Technically, the incident is happening here. At this point only, people have legal cases filed. So actually, the legal action taken after the year end, but fault happened during the financial period. Product fault happened during the financial period. Therefore, this is what event? An adjusting event. Therefore, it's an adjusting event. And provision required. Provision required. One is, it is an adjusting event. Two is, provision is required. But what management did, they just made disclose. Right. There is a high chance most of you all might think in this way only. Right. IAS 37 provision should be made probable, but they disclose. So it's a non-compliance with IAS 37. Right. Only that perspective, majority of you all might think. Right. That is also correct, but it is not complete. Actually, the incident is happened after the year end. Therefore, you should take IAS 10 together with IAS 37. Right? Is my explanation understood? So I just explained the case study now. I just explained the case study. Is it clear? Is that clear? Now, students, let's start writing answer. Because the verb is what? Impact on audit report. What is the verb? Impact on auditor's report. Right? See here. Impact on auditor's report. So see here the answer. I'll write complete answer. You compare your answers with my answer. Right? You compare your answers with my answer. Okay? First, I'll read your answers. Wait. Inshifa, perfect answer. Right, there are okay, there are few changes to be made, but you figure out both together. You figure out both together. Very smart. Suren Vijay, perfect. Right. Now concentrate. See here. The breaches in regulation, I'm talking about the issue. Occurred before the year end. The breaches in regulation occurred. Actually, the breach occurred before the year end. The announcement by the authorities. All other answers, I'm not telling wrong. You didn't cover the problem 100%. Most of your answers just covered only IAS 37. That means it is not wrong. You will get marks. You will get marks. It is not wrong. You will get marks, right? But technically, the case study gives you the problems related to IAS 37, and also it comes after the year-end means you should be able to figure out that problem clearly. You should be able to figure out that problem clearly, right? So it does not mean that your answers are wrong. You will get comparatively less mark than others. That's why in audit paper, normally students say, sir, I did well. But when it comes to results, 45, 46. So there is a expectation gap. I'm expecting certain level, but you achieved a certain level. Between there is a gap. So if you take IAS 37 perspective, the gap is little more because you skip one standard perspective. If you covered both, the gap is less. That is what I'm trying to tell you, right? So the announcements by the authorities. That they are taking legal action against the entity. Don't use the word entity in your answers. Whatever the name given, use that name. Okay. Therefore, IAS 10, I'm writing the standard point also. Events after reporting period. Therefore, IAS 10, events after reporting period. Would classify this as an adjusting event. This as an adjusting event, right? According to IAS 37 provision standard, according to IAS 37 provision standard, provision need to be recognized. Provision need to be recognized if economic benefit outflow. If economic benefit outflow is probable. Economic benefit outflow is probable. Okay, so don't write too many things within the answer because time consuming. 5 marks means maximum 8 minutes. Okay, so I'm not writing all the criteria, contingent asset, contingent liability is not required, just right. See my word, provision need to be best estimate. Yes or no? The standard said provision need to be a best estimate. Yeah, recognizing provision. Let's say if they said we recognize provision, it does not mean it is correct. That provision should be a best estimate, right? So if they are not recognizing provision, it's a classification issue. Why? You are recognizing it as contingent liability where it is actually provision. If you recognize provision, completeness issue. Maybe not enough. You understood what I'm telling. So that I mark as a best test. Now, students, let's calculate the misstatement. Let's write it down. Failure to recognize provision is the misstatement. This overstate profit, understate liabilities. I'm just writing the problem. Key issue along with the standard. That is what I'm writing here. Okay, so I'm writing everything into one paragraph. Earlier in the class, I divide and wrote, but anyway, everything you can include. Now let's calculate the materiality. See, the potential fine, if you take here, the amount of fine, how much did they give the amount of fine, students? How much fine? What is the amount of fine? See here, the breach, they said 50,000 per breach. 50,000 per breach. Okay. So did they give total number of breaches? Yeah, 50,000 per breach. Did they give a total number of breaches here? Where they said it is 17. Seventeen breaches here. See, so per breach is 17 breaches here. Okay, so per breach 50,000, total 17 breach. Very good. Now let's calculate 17 breaches into 50,000. Total misstatement is, yes, 850,000 divided by, so what is the amount of PBT? What is the amount of PBT in the question? Profit before tax, how much given? 5.3 million. 5.3 million into 100. What is the percentage? What is the percentage? 850,000 divided by 5.3 million into 100 is 16%. So as per ISA 320 materiality, more than 5% is material. This is 16%. So it is material misstatement. It is material misstatement which require amendment to financial statements. If management refused to amend, audit opinion need to modify. If management refused to amend, audit opinion need to modify. I'm not telling just report. Report modification is a separate story. I'm telling audit opinion need to be modified. See here, it is material, pervasive or not, but not pervasive. I'll tell you how to identify whether it is pervasive or not. It's a judgment. As I told you earlier, pervasiveness is a matter of auditor's judgment. Generally, something is pervasive or not, it is decided by management. It is like a judgment. But try to understand one thing here. Pervasive, here see, it's not a correct method. It's not a correct method, but use this technique to decide pervasive. Okay. 5.3 million is the profit. So PBT, let's take with misstatement. PBT with misstatement is 5.3 million. PBT without misstatement. PBT with misstatement is 5.3 million. PBT without misstatement, how much? If you remove that misstatement, 850,000, still somewhere around 4 point something, 4.6 or whatever. If you removed, if you correct, so it's a profit to profit transfer. With misstatement is also profit. Without misstatement is also profit. Therefore, it is not purposive. When a profit become a loss, or when a loss become a profit, then it is purposive. It is material but not purposive, because with misstatement also it is profit, without misstatement is also it is profit. So it is, that is not the correct method. Auditor use their judgment, but here I am telling it is not purposive, use this method. Okay, it is not purposive, so qualified opinion to be provided. Qualified opinion to be provided. Again, opinion paragraph should headed as opinion paragraph should headed as qualified opinion. You understood? Always write this point also. When you are changing a opinion, the heading is also need to be changed. Opinion paragraph should headed as qualified opinion. So what I am going to tell you here is, other than provision, financial statements provide true and fair view. Other than provision, financial statements provide true and fair view. And below opinion paragraph, basis for qualified opinion to be included. Basis for qualified opinion. So all these things are simple things. You can score marks easy, right? Below opinion paragraph, basis for qualified opinion need to be provided. So this is the answer. This is the answer. Students understood. Now you all understood how to handle implication type of question in your exam. Now you all understood how to handle implication type of question. Is that clear, students? Don't forget the method. Number 1 is issue. Number 2 is standard. You can include materiality, pervasiveness, opinion, basis for opinion. Is everything is fine? You all understood? Sir, we should show the calculation for calculation. You no need to show, but that's not mandatory. Don't worry. So those who didn't complete the answers, please copy this answer, because when we are giving marks, when we mark answers, students, for the issue, yes, let's say 1 marks. For the standard arrange understanding of the problem, yes, 1 marks. Materiality 1 marks. Whether it is assessed pervasiveness 1 mark. Opinion and the basis for opinion. Likewise, we divide. Therefore, when you are not writing a point, right, you are losing a mark. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Quickly copy this answer. So PBT, maybe yes, one. You can argue like that also, no problem. Yes. Suren Vijay, sir, how to find quantify misstatement? I didn't understand, Suren, but what you said? So how to find it is quantify misstatement? I didn't. If you're asking like how to find quantify mistake, I didn't understand, seriously. If it's a misstatement is quantifiable, means the amount should be given, right? Otherwise, you can't quantify. And most of the misstatements are quantifiable misstatement only. They will give qualitative materiality. They won't give. No need to assess materiality towards the nature. That is not there in your syllabus. Okay, if you come to AAA, we'll discuss how to handle those parts. First, copy this answer. Quickly copy this. Now, is it visible for you all, right? What I'm writing? Is it visible? Or do you want me to make it little dark? Fine. Fine. Now, students. Students, now try page number 122, this question. Page number 122, this question. You should read the case study. Yeah? You should read the case study. Page number 152. Page number 152. Find out the answer. Find out the answer. Type the answers. Type your answers. Students, there's a small announcement, right? I'll do this question and I'll stop the session, okay? There's a small emergency, okay? The balance portions what I want to discuss, like test of control, substantive procedures and all, right? I'll take it Thursday, okay? So Thursday plus next Tuesday and next Thursday, we are meeting, okay? And if I couldn't finish those portions, I'll put one more extra class, okay? Fine. So here, so actually, I planned like test of control and substantive procedures to be, I should complete this today, right? But I'll do that things in my normal days, okay? So Sri Lankan students also, like, you can join, right? Tuesdays you can join, Thursdays also you can join. I'll share the link with you. During the audit, see company restructuring provision. So restructuring provision. So it's a standard is IAS 37. So when we are talking about restructuring provision, right, the provision should be made, right? If that is we call restructuring provision. The audit team discovered 270,000 cost included did not meet the criteria as per IAS 37 provision. So actually, they include 270,000, but it is not met the criteria. It is not met the criteria. Contingent liabilities, contingent assets are the standard. The finance director suggested that no adjustment is made. No adjustment is made in the 2005 financial statements. Right. As a provision is a matter of judgment and provision to be made reasonable by the board. Reasonable by the. Now here see students, the restructuring provision includes 270,000 rupees. And that is not met the criteria. So what is the problem here? What is the problem here? What is the problem here? Here, the core issue is completeness issue. Or else, I can say, Gokulnath, yes, you are writing issue, but that issue is correct. But anyway, you should elaborate the provision. What is the issue? Suren Vijay also, no, I'm not happy with the problem. Answers are correct. Don't think your answers are wrong. Answers are correct, but I'm not happy that much. I'm expecting more about the problem. In Shifa, the restructuring provision don't meet the criteria. Okay. Still, I'm not happy with your problems. See, it's like this. You are telling like this. Let's say you are going for a doctor, right? You are not well, you are meeting a doctor. And the doctor is telling, okay, you have fever. Okay, fever. He's giving medicine. So that doctor's perspective isn't fever. You are going to a consultant. The consultant is explaining something else. It's dengue. So dengue also you will get fever. Fever is also fever. Two different things, right? Okay. So you all are telling like, okay, fine here. 270,000, it is not met the criteria of IAS 37 as the misstatement. Most of you wrote like that. But I am explaining that problem with more standard specific one. First thing is, I am not happy with 270,000 is included within your provision. Your provision amount is how much? Did they mention that here? Did they mention that here? 2.1 million. My question, IAS 37 provision standard said, provision need to be a best estimate. Here this 2.1 million include 270,000. It is not a best estimate. It is not a best estimate. As a result of this problem, completeness get affected. As a result of this problem, completeness get affected. This is not non-compliance with IAS 37. You can't say they are not compliant. They comply, but not 100%. The problem is they recognize the provision of 2.1 million. Within that 2.1 million, 270,000 is included. That 270,000 not met capitalization, not met the criteria of IAS 37. Therefore, the problem is the provision we recognized here is not a best estimate. The provision we recognized here is not a best estimate. As a result of that, our completeness get affected. Our provision is overstated. Our expense is overstated. Our profit is understated. So all are writing a point with a general perspective, but I'm telling that in more detailed way. I'm telling to examiner, see examiner, this is what happened here. You all are telling it is not met the, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. You all are telling, okay, you all accept that 270,000 not met the criteria. Because in the question they said, but I'm not accepting as it is. I'm telling it is may not be a best test. Why? That is important. Is my explanation understood? Is my explanation understood? Therefore, when you are writing the problem, try to write more precisely. Try to write more precisely. Is my explanation understood? Yes or no? Because I checked all of your answers. Yes, you all have covered that. But I'm telling more points. Is that clear? Right. With that, the rest is the standard format. Let's calculate the materiality. Let's calculate the materiality. How much? 2 point. Materiality percentage, how much? Materiality percentage, how much? How much materiality percentage? You all did right. 2.3%. So 2.3%. So 2.3% on total equity and total assets. Therefore, material or immaterial? Material. Therefore, your opinion need to be modified. It is not pervasive. So qualified opinion. Heading should be qualified opinion. Basis for qualified opinion should be given. Basis for qualified opinion should be given. That is the answer. But I'll tell you one thing. When you are focusing on this question format, try to understand one thing, students. Problem matters. Try to develop your skills over that problem. Try to develop your skills over that problem. Okay, fine. So I'll stop with that point. There's a funeral, so I need to go. Okay, but I do not want to affect your class also, right? So now it's 3 o'clock. As per my schedule, it is 5:30. I should stop the class. 2.5 hours I didn't teach, and these 2 hours also not much productive. I took little long breaks. Okay, therefore I need to offset this. I will do a session tomorrow, 21st of November. It is already scheduled, so I do not want to change it. It's online, so I can do at home, from home itself, right? So we are meeting at 4 o'clock. Okay. Study plan tomorrow I'll give. Study plan tomorrow I'll give. Okay. Study plans tomorrow I'll give the study plan tomorrow because I want to stop now. Okay. And the next class is 26th 11. The last class is 28th 11. Okay. So tomorrow we are meeting. Tomorrow, sorry, not tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday, again we are meeting. Time is 4 o'clock. Tomorrow I'll give you a study plan and I'll give the paper structures also. I'll give the paper structures. Okay. Is that fine? Fine. Is that fine? Students? Fine. So I'll stop with that point and let's meet tomorrow at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, I'll give you a study plan, how you should focus the remaining days, what topics, and I'll discuss test of controls and substantive procedures portions also. Right. The rest we can do it. Okay. Thank you very much. Sir, can you include one more class between these days? No worries, I'll do. Don't worry. Okay. If it is possible, I'll do one class on Sundays also. No problem. Sir, explain 2.3 material. See here, how to calculate 2.3. Okay, fine. See, if you look at here, the misstatement is how much, students? Did they give the materiality directly? $270,000 divided by how much total assets? They gave here, see, 11.6. Total equity and liability is net assets. Right? You might confused. Total equity and liability is what? Net assets. That you might study. ROC is equals to PBIT divided by capital employed. Capital employed is equity and liability. That is the net assets. Right? So net assets, if you take 1 to 2% is the range. But it is more than 2. Right? So 11.2. That is your doubt, right, Bhuvan? Because you always calculate PBT and revenue. So 11.3 million into 100, 2.3%. Bhuvan understood? Fine. Okay. So I'll stop with that point. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.